With the new Assassin's Creed Mirage DLC Valley of Memory here and Assassin's Creed Shadows consistent updates, which have caused a lot of division, it's hard not to compare both as they are part of the Assassin's Creed franchise and they're both two of the latest installments as well. But there is a massive contrast between the two. Ubisoft might have lost their way slightly when it comes to making a core Assassin's Creed experience, but the games now offer something for everyone, from a deep story to a really fun gameplay experience. So the question is, which one of these two games offers the better experience? So first up, we need to ask what Valley of Memory offers. So AC Mirage Valley of Memory offers a great Assassin's Creed experience along with enjoyable gameplay, quality cutscenes and a meaningful story. Basim as a character has developed nicely into becoming a master assassin who has truly evolved. The story in Valley of Memory had everything. It plucked away at your emotions, had characters with solid backstories and some surprises along the way, which always helps. The other characters we meet are all intriguing and have their own stories. Darish is a stoic guardian who takes in Basim and looks out for him always. Ishak, Basim's father, who unfortunately suffered a decline in his health and did not even recognise Basim, which honestly tugged away at your heartstrings, just grabbing onto that emotion. And then you had Nimlot, who was a wealthy trader with a twist. He was the son of Masood al-Yaqub, a figure Basim actually assassinated whilst Nimlot watched on. These characters all add meaning to the story and continuity as well, and they even added Nimlot into that cutscene where Basim assassinates his dad from the main game. So just these little tweaks here all add up. The voice acting was implemented brilliantly and the cutscenes were acted out really well. In the last scene where Basim meets his father, mocap really did come into play here. It captures facial emotions brilliantly, whereas rendered cutscenes can struggle if they're not done really well. Alula was a joy as well. It had a great mix of built up areas like the main town, flush oases and the vast desert with a few enemy camps scattered around. It gives the player a sense of exploring different areas within the game and keeps the immersion in check. Along with the built up world, the parkour is fantastic. It is fluid and the world lends its hand to that, allowing you to side eject, back eject and run continuously along the well built rooftops, and that adds so much value to the core AC experience. Like going back to the main game, when Basim joins the assassins at Alamut and trains to become a hidden one, and then watching him sacrifice his finger for the hidden blade, that offers a bit of what the AC games are about, Assassins v Templars, and that is something Shadows unfortunately did not do. In Mirage we also get some issue elements like Basim's memories derived from Loki and his journey to understand them, with Nihal actually being a manifestation of Loki himself and not Basim's actual friend. The accumulation of all that is in the ending when we find the vault after fighting with our mentor Roshan, and Basim then realises all of this about Loki. It was a really good ending. Then there is the Isu gear, which captures the vibe of that ancient advanced civilization, something Shadows also failed to do, unfortunately. And this kind of leads us on to what Shadows does have to offer. Well, as a core Assassin's Creed experience, I'd say not much. Now, I'm just going to say I'm not bashing on Shadows. If anything, I've been one of the very few that's always stuck up for it. I think it's a really fun game. I've sunk a good 200 hours into it and I enjoy playing it. But just as an Assassin's Creed game, I don't think it's very good. When compared to Basim, Naoe is quite hollow, as there isn't much of that in-game link to the assassins, and she isn't as fleshed out as a character. She doesn't really evolve at all. Then there is Yasuke, who was a slave for the Templars, and although we had a few cutscenes and had to take down some Templars, it just didn't fit for some reason. It all felt a bit disjointed. And if anything, out of the two characters, I think Yasuke has got more of a tie to the core AC experience than Naoe in some ways because of that Templar connection. It's kind of weird, but the story it felt like filler, and I just couldn't make sense of it sometimes. Quebec's writing was way off pace, and that showed throughout the game. Don't think we had any Isu elements at all, and there was no link to the hidden ones, and this is why I've always stated Shadows is a bad Assassin's Creed game, but it is a very fun game, and this is where the community gets divided. For all the good Shadows does in terms of how it looks and plays, the cutscenes unfortunately do not grab you. The lack of mocap doesn't help at all, with weird facial expressions and a lack of actual emotion in the characters' faces, and this is evident when playing Mirage, which is the total opposite. Like, the recent Attack on Titans update did not help matters either. It caused a lot of discussion around the standard of the franchise in its current state, and I have to say, like, I kind of agree. I'm never going to argue about someone's opinion, because hey, opinions are subjective, but the facial animations of the Titan, yeah, it was just kind of weird, and then at the end running away from the Titan, and basically it's just kind of leading you to the shop, which is another bad thing about Shadows. But in Shadows as well, like, the English voice acting was terrible. When we look at Mirage Valley of Memory, and even like Mirage's base game, I think the voice acting is on point all the way through. I don't think none of it sounds bad, but now I sounded like a little kid, honestly. But I have to say, it was saved by switching to the native Japanese language. But still, if you didn't want to play in the Japanese language, you want to play in English, I thought it was quite a hard listen to be honest, which is why I have it in Japanese now, because it just sounds so much more natural. NPCs are mostly forgettable as well, and like don't hardly add any substance. I will give a shout out to Kojiro though, because I thought he was quite mysterious, and I know he kept appearing and disappearing, but there was something off from him, and then we do find out that like he is a ghost and he isn't real. But it was kind of one of those NPCs that you're like, oh, I want more of that. I want more of that storyline. I want that to go somewhere. I mean, it did a little bit, but you just didn't get enough of that during the game, and it was just a bit of a shame really, because you had all these other millions of other NPCs on the objective board, and you kind of just forget about them really. Another frustrating thing is that the parkour feels fantastic after the updates, but Shadows does not compare to Mirage's built-up areas where the game showcases its parkour. Instead, Shadows has a sparse world where we can't truly parkour for long periods, which is so frustrating because it feels so damn good. I mean, when you are starting to get into your stride with the parkour, all of a sudden you've gone over most of the buildings, you come to a stop, and then you can't go anywhere else. You climb down, run around for a bit, jump on your horse, and then you can then jump back up on stuff again, and that just totally knocks the fluidity out of it. And I just wish that the area was built up more in places. I mean, the map's absolutely huge, but if you were to really do the maths and figure it out, there's more open space than what there is actual built up areas, and I just think that's a shame, because Shadows is the best feeling Assassin's Creed game there is, but that doesn't matter if you've not got no substance behind it. And I just want to say, the ending as well was so frustrating. I still believe that it was cut short so we could get the Claws of Awaji DLC. Yeah, it was a free DLC for those that pre-ordered, but you still had to purchase it if you didn't pre-order the game. Like, the whole point of the main game was Naoe searching for her mother, and for us to have to do that, that's a bit naughty personally. Like, Awaji did redeem Shadows a little bit with a better story and some small built up towns. Overall, I think it was left with too much to do, and you did ultimately still feel let down a bit. Like, when thinking about Valley of Memory and Shadows can be really conflicting. Shadows is not a bad game, like, far from it. It is gorgeous, it feels smooth and fluid, it has a lot of things to do, but the one main problem is the two words in front of Shadows: Assassin's Creed. It is fundamentally a bad AC game, hollow in its story and lore, characters which are not strong and have no link to the franchise, and there is so much filler in between. Valley of Memory, on the other hand, and funnily enough, has Basim searching for his father, but the base game already told its story and did it pretty well. Basim is a true assassin, a hidden one, and he had great character development. Alamut was also the camp where he trained at, the very birthplace of the Brotherhood. I know Valley of Memory was state funded by the Saudis, but the story, Alula, the world design was all top tier and well written, and that was done by one of Ubisoft studios. Quebec made a good live service game in Shadows, and that's the problem. Assassin's Creed should not feel like a live service game, with a very aggressively priced store where most of the best gear is obtainable, and that's sad to say really. Like, even the Ezio outfit for Naoe is a slog to get through in the project section. Like, why couldn't we just have assassin caves or something where we traverse through and open a chest and get the parts of his armor. The only reason why I'm saying that is because I'm currently playing it through AC2 and I'm absolutely loving it and going through the Assassin's Cave. Honestly, it's just so much fun. I wish Shadows would have done something like that for the Ezio outfit. Valley Memory has 4 new outfits, one of which requires us to complete the challenges in the replayable missions. Although it can be a pain in the arse to complete some of their missions, at least you're being rewarded for completing these challenges with a really cool bit of gear, and that makes the difference. Whereas in Shadows, it's do this mission or do this update, play this, oh here we go to the shop to get some really fucking OP gear. Like, it just doesn't add up in an Assassin's Creed game. Going forward, Ubisoft needs to get the right blend in my opinion. Make the game fun, of course, but I think about the story and its impact. Think about how the cutscenes will affect the story. We don't need mocap in everything. Hell, I don't need mocap at all in a game. I'm not really hung up on that stuff. Yeah, it can help, but as long as the cutscenes are rendered with quality and are impactful, I think it's okay. More ISU elements are needed as well. And a modern day story would be better. Like, I actually weren't really bothered about modern day because I've kind of been playing the Assassin's Creed backwards. I played AC1 all them years ago and then never picked it up ever since. Played Shadows and then I went back from Shadows, but now I've started from AC2 and I'm loving the modern day stuff we do in that. So hell, I am all for having more modern day elements. Valhalla, modern day Basim. Where's he gone? Where do we go with that? Then we got the Animus and Abstergo. They play an important part in the lore, and I feel going forward Ubisoft does need to implement that way more into the games as well. Shadows nails the feel and look. Mirage and Valley Memory gets most of the core elements right. I enjoyed both for different reasons. If you are a long-time fan, I get why Shadows might not stick, but there is no denying it has qualities, whereas Mirage leans into the aspects of an Assassin's Creed game and is by far the better experience because of that. So I think there's a lot to learn from Valley of Memory, Mirage and Shadows. There's room to blend both together. The next main game coming out, Assassin's Creed Hexe, I think that can take some characteristics from Shadows and Valley of Memory. You can blend all that together to make a really good Assassin's Creed game, and I think Ubisoft needs to get that right. I'd probably keep Quebec away from it for a little while. Bordeaux, on the other hand, I'd probably have them leading anything going forward right now, because if there's one thing Ubisoft need to do with this franchise, it's get it right. I think straight after Shadows, the future might not have been looking so great, but Valley of Memory, I think, has pulled me back in definitely and thought, well, actually, no. With a bit of love and dedication, we can get the Assassin's Creed game that we all want for all types of players. But guys, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you think Assassin's Creed Shadows was actually a good Assassin's Creed game? Do you think it's better than Mirage or Valley of Memory? Or do you just not think it's good at all? As always, keep it respectful down in the comments, please. But that is the end of the video, guys. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have enjoyed it, please hit that like button as it helps the video out massively. And if you haven't already and you're into all things Assassin's Creed, hit that subscribe button as well for way more content coming in the future. But as always, take care and I'll see you in the next video.